You like comic books?
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
I'm quite keen on comic books.
Movies.
Movies.
Movies the movies. Stupid TV shows. TV shows. TV shows.
But what are some of your favorite TV shows?
Can be enjoyed as video games, as TV shows, books, movies, the entire world. Wholeheartedly embrace the apocalypse. Let's start the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. As I swallow my last bit of Danish for the morning. Luckily, this intro is longer. How is everybody doing? How are you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing great. What a great week. What a great weekend. It's nice weather outside.
It is a little too nice, I think, for November.
I'm getting bit by mosquitoes. That should not be happening in November.
Right.
Mosquitoes should be
going
whatever
away.
they do. Hibernating. I don't know what happens to mosquitoes during the winter months, but they should be doing that.
They go underground.
Is that what happens? I don't follow the mosquito.
Big mosquito orgy, and then they come back full force in the
Oh.
spring.
So I should be stomping the ground harder to get rid of them.
No,
Ruining
you
their
need
night.
mosquitoes. You need mosquitoes in the environment, Jeff. They're all part of the system.
They're all part of the ecosystem.
That's right.
What I need is more frogs to eat the mosquitoes.
That's right.
I need more frogs.
Although frogs aren't native to Texas. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Sound off in the chat if you are an expert. Before we get started, before we get to the quick hits, just a few housekeeping items. First thing, you should go check out our show from yesterday where we discuss the legendary debate between Peter David and Todd McFarlane. That was a lot of fun to kind of talk through. I dropped a link on there as well where you can watch the actual debate if you want to see, even if you just want to see what the 90s were like. I think that's
if you want to know what a young Todd McFarlane looks like,
that's right.
A young George Perez.
That's right. George Perez with hair. I didn't even know that was a thing that existed.
Yeah, long locks. The long locks of George Perez and
right.
Peter David.
And you can see conventions. I do love seeing that a lot hasn't changed that much in convention culture, right?
No, not too much.
So I think it's a little bit more. I mean, yeah, even then, back then, people were finding ways to they would bring their home video cameras and stuff to try to capture some of those moments. So that was neat.
The Kodak Pluses.
That's right. Then, if you haven't yet checked out this week, we have a lot of reviews, but also a video on why you should be watching HBO's Watchmen right now. That's our weekly series, what you should be watching this weekend. So go check that out. And then last bit of housekeeping, you can follow myself and Jeff on League of Comic Geeks. The links are already in the description of this video. So you can interact, ask us questions. I should have been doing this all along, posting my links to reviews on there. That's like the place where I feel people go for comic books, and I haven't been taking advantage of that. So hopefully I remember to do that. Now, Jeff, you mentioned you had some quick hits. Is there anything in particular you want to talk about before we talk about what we've been watching and doing this week?
Just news bits for the week. We got a pretty big announcement out of Marvel this week. Somebody's taking over Daredevil.
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie Phillips and Lee Garbett. Lee Garbett. Yeah. I like Lee Garbett's work from Skyward,
Skyward,
and Shadowcraft. To Image Comics. Love those books. The artwork in that is great. And of course, Stephanie Phillips is.
Yeah, if you need to know how we feel about Stephanie Phillips, I mean, this was her She-Hulk book was my pick of the week last week. So yeah, it was very exciting news. I will say, and I meant to ask you this yesterday, but I guess it's better today. Are you still reading is it Sal Dino Med doing the current Daredevil?
No, I stopped reading it a few months ago.
You were you're far ahead. I think you were like on issue 20 last time I checked in with you.
Yeah,
Around there.
and I mean, it ended not. I don't know when it ended. Did it end? I guess it ended. Yeah, I stopped paying attention. Once I cut those ties, I never looked back.
Oh, rough.
I know.
Maybe we
know.
should do an episode where we revisit some series that we left behind.
Left behind. You know, and that had Aaron Cooter artwork with it, so it was a great series. It was Matt fighting the 7 deadly sins.
Mm-hmm.
See, at the end of the Zdarsky run, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, goes to hell, and then he escapes from hell. But when he does that, he accidentally releases seven demons or whatever, and they manifest as the 7 deadly sins. But it did take like 20 something issues to get through all 7 deadly sins, and I was just like, let's wrap this up a little bit faster, Matt.
That's interesting because it's like it is. So this just going back here. I'm back on League of Comics. Yes, it looks like the whole thing is about the demons, and it was 25 issues total. You know, I hate to say this, but one thing that kind of put me off the series were the John Romita covers.
Oh yeah, the John Romita cover. I don't understand why Marvel does that. Marvel does like puts artists on the covers that are not in like I understand variant covers and whatnot, but they advertise or like all this like this whole run, like all of Jed McKay's Doctor Strange run are like Alex Ross covers. They've got a lock on Alex Ross covers. And I'm just like, but I don't understand that because over at the distinguished competition DC, it's usually if Dan Moore is doing the cover, Dan Moore is doing the interior art, and you know.
And the weird thing is that there is an Aaron Cooter cover for a lot of these issues, so it's not like he didn't have the time to do covers. So what they should have done is have the Aaron Cooter be the main cover,
the A cover,
and then you can still do John Romita variants if people are still looking for that, which I'm sure there's a lot of people still looking for John Romita art. There's a Lee Bermejo variant here that looks very good, and I might have to go back and track that down.
The only variants I picked up out of that run, there's a Kevin Eastman variant. And I was like, oh, him doing Daredevil, since the Turtles were so inspired by Daredevil.
Yeah.
I thought, I'm like, how is that not a stunt creative team you haven't gotten on the Daredevil yet for just like a little 5-issue series?
Hold on.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I can never get which one's the right. No, it was this one, I think. Why do we look so close? Hold on. I can fix this, guys. We'll do it live. There we go. I keep changing it back. Okay, there we go. So this is issue 25, what I was talking about, right? So the main Romita cover, but like there's these other cool covers as well. I don't care for the Halloween mask variants. I think they're funny, but yeah, I was never into that. But like you see this Lee Bermejo variant. I mean, that's awesome. That looks cool.
That kind of looks like the Daniel Warren Johnson variant that got released. That's going to go with Daredevil #1.
Yeah.
Stephanie Phillips that's Daredevil.
You know, Marvel again with their shenanigans doing the Marvel blind bags for Daredevil.
That feels a little insensitive. A little.
You know what? You're right. I think they call them something else in the article. So maybe you are right. Maybe
radar bags.
Yeah.
If they're blind bags, I do think it'd be cool if they had some kind of like what is it? Like a raised cover, like a not braille, but like something that was more tactile.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Let me see. What did they call them? No, they do call them True Believer blind bag. That is insensitive. But there's gonna be a cover by Ryan Stegman, Rose Beck, Gabriel Delato, Alex Maleev, Dan Panosian, John Quesada, Pablo Villalobos, Daniel Warren Johnson, Greg Land, Sal Buscema, blank covers, and then a Rivals cover, because that Marvel Rivals game is apparently very popular. And then, of course, rare blind bag exclusive variant covers that will be a surprise.
Those should be the ones that are in Braille.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that is one of the things they're doing.
Could be.
So, who knows? All right. What else you got, Jeff? Any other news?
Nothing really. I am excited for the stuff, and it also sounds like he's going to be a law professor, so that'll be new.
Yes.
And it sounds like it's going to be kind of a return to at least slightly more fun Matt. So I'm excited about that.
Although there's a lot of teases about secrets, so I don't know what that means. His past coming back to taunt him, and a new villain named Omen. Their tagline is "You can bury the bodies, but never the ghosts." Wow. I guess that's true. I guess that is true. Okay, I did want to pay off the thumbnail a little bit because I called this episode Youngblood is back on the shelves. Now, I know it's on your list, and I know you've been asked to do a review by creator himself, Rob Liefeld.
Yes, the creator, the man himself.
So I'll give you the stage if you want to talk about Youngblood back on the shelves.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see that comment because I mean, I've upset the TikTok gods. Like I've been inconsistently posting, and so now my meager following my meager posts only get a couple of hundred views, if that.
Yeah.
So what a shock to wake up to Rob Liefeld posting on my new comic book Wednesday post about picking up Youngblood, which is right here. Hold on, let me pick it up out of the dun. Youngblood. I'm honestly was initially not going to pick it up, but saw it there on the shelves, and was just like, I'm going to have to. I just felt that wave of nostalgia hit. How good, how bad can it be? The answer is it's exactly what you expect out of a Youngblood book. So if you love, it's a very 90s, very stilted. The dialogue is very stilted. It's very corny. It's very cheesy. There's a lot of like posturing between the heroes and villains, but all your favorite characters are here. This seems to be, I don't know if it's a reboot. I don't know if they're just like picking up, forget anything you might have remembered from the past, any of the previous iterations of Youngblood. They just kind of start off. The team is Shaft, who is basically kind of like Hawkeye and Captain America combined. Badrock, who initially was named Bedrock until they got sued by Hanna-Barbera. Who is this guy? I can't remember his name. The Die Hard. Yeah, that guy. He's a robot. Maybe he could be a man in a suit. He could be a robot. They kind of leave that up in a mystery. Vogue, who is the deadly assassin, your Black Widow kind of character. And Chapel, who is sort of like the Punisher. Who I thought was dead, but like again, we could just be completely rebooting this thing. And they go off fight a bad guy. That's about it. Supreme shows up at the end.
Here's a better shot of the team with this Mark Spears cover. That's actually a pretty sick cover.
Oh, that is a sick cover.
Looks
Mark Spears just kind of like popped up out of nowhere. Like I saw him, like I started seeing those monster covers pop up.
Yeah.
And now he's everywhere.
I will say, I think his art is a little bit divisive. I've heard people that don't like these covers at all and don't understand and don't get it. And I'm like, I mean, that's got so many foil variants. What's going on here? Then another Liefeld variant. I think these are all mainly Liefeld.
I am curious about the story because I from what I understood that he kind of started selling off like during the lean years. Liefeld might have started like either maybe not selling off, but I guess licensing the characters. So I wonder if he has all the characters back now and that he can go back and publish all these characters again. I remember Sal from Comic Pop doing a video a while back saying that he once thought about buying the rights to one of the Youngblood characters because it was just out there and available. So I don't know if he said he did it.
Who's the white hair?
That's Supreme's sister, Suprema.
Oh, Suprema.
Yeah, I
That's
believe.
right. I thought it was his
Let me see.
cousin. That's why we made that
That
joke.
was his cousin. Yeah, the cousin.
That's funny.
They're actually both in this issue, but I can't remember.
That's why I want to kind of check it out. I've never read any Supreme, so I thought that might be interesting.
There is a Supreme book that is, I think it's by Alan Moore, because he came in and took over, and it is fantastic. It's like classic 50s Superman, basically.
Got it. Okay, so I guess according to League of Comic Geeks, mostly positive reviews. It's at a 3.5 out of 5. The real question is, Jeff, are you going to keep reading this?
How long? How sustainable is this comic?
Well, they have at least planned one trade paperback coming out next year in May. That's already here on the solicits. But what do you think? Well, like
as Clay would remind you, solicits from Image it used to be a pretty suspect thing.
Well, maybe back in '93 when the Peter David and they were debating. But I feel like at this point, this book is done.
Yeah, you think Robert Kirkman like held Rob Liefeld in like a headlock and just gave him noogies until he turned in all the pages?
I don't think Image would ever tell or Liefeld like, we're not doing your book, but I think they would maybe put like, you have to show us that it's almost done. Like we have to make sure that it releases in time or something like that, right? So
because he's no longer a member of the company. He's not.
I don't believe so.
Left.
No, I don't believe so. But I think there is a 1-star review here, unfortunately.
I mean, it's not
maybe
it's not high art. It's just a very 90s book. It's better. It's about as average as you can get, but in the most positive kind of way. You know, it's not bad. It's just very much there, and you get Rob Liefeld art. So, like, if that is not your bag, then you are not going to.
Oh,
like,
this is
just.
I'm looking at the wrong Youngblood. I mean, no, I think. Okay. I think this Youngblood came out. I'm on the wrong page for Youngblood, but I think that was the same issue. It's just that they did like a special release, I think, in April for maybe Comic-Con. That's why I couldn't find your variant, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Let me see here. Credit. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Mass market. Yeah. So the one I showed you was the regular one. This one. So this one has even better reviews. This one's 3.8.
Ooh.
The mass market, that one's $5. Because I looked at the price, I was like, Jeff, did you pay $20 for this comic book? But you didn't.
I did not.
You didn't. Okay. Oh, this one here. Let me share the screen again, because this one has. That's why we could only see like random covers.
I see.
So this is the cover you picked up, right? The main cover with Liefeld.
Yeah, it's the main cover.
Whoops. Wow, they made a homage to the.
You homage yourself
to the New Mutants, yeah. These cardstock covers that they love.
Yeah, they did. The polybags did come with these little cards.
Oh, you bought a polybag? Nice.
I did get a polybag.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, we have this.
There's no information. It's just a card. There's no information on the back. It's just
that's really funny. Don't worry about who it is. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's cool drawing.
This Ivan Tao.
Is that Del Auto?
No, this is Ivan Tao. Johnny Jang, who's I don't know if he's local, but he does a lot of stuff with Big Time Collectibles, who I believe they are local, or I see them at everything here in Dallas, big and little conventions. Yeah, these are cool. Johnny Yang. I mean, say what you will, like, think Rob Liefeld designed some pretty cool looking characters overall, especially when you put another spin on them.
I find it for nostalgia purposes, it's fun. It's less offensive than Batman Hush 2. I'll put it that way.
Oh, whoa, I think that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. The blood splatter variant. Yeah, most of these are gonna be by. Oh, this is Merritt Michael, but man, it really looks like Liefeld-esque. And then they have some of the foil. Scotty Young did a variant as well.
I did see that one. That's fun.
I bet Clay's gonna have that one. This is the Ryan Stegman one. Oh, Ryan Stegman on Youngblood. Yes, please. That's like, and then here's, damn, I might have to go chase this one down.
Is it Daniel Warren Johnson? Who is that?
Yep, Daniel Warren Johnson.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh boy, I'm in trouble. Ryan Oddly, of course. And then Cal New. I think this is the one you. No, you said Otto. Del Otto did one as well.
Oh no, I was asking if Del Otto. There was one that looked like Del Otto. Yeah.
Gist. Here's the Mark Spears again. Rob Liefeld. All right. There's so many. There's 49 of these. All right, I'm not gonna go through all of them. We don't have time.
Could you imagine being that kind of completionist? I have to get all 49 variants of Youngblood number one.
I mean, if you ask me how many of those Dark Knight Returns 3 covers I have, you might be amazed. So I can imagine it. And of course, Image also did their Youngblood variant month.
Yes. That's a cool cover.
Artificial. That's what I'm saying. Like, his characters look so cool, especially when somebody that I really love Levette's style of drawing. So like, I would read what's this guy's name? Shaft. I would read a Shaft Levette comic.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. All right, we paid up the thumbnail. Maybe Rob Liefeld's watching this, so I'll check out the book. I'm gonna go hunt down some of these covers at least, and I'll check out number one, especially because, like I said, it's at a 3.8 here on the mass market edition of the Youngblood number one.
Yeah.
So, and I did also
I would say
send that to Image if we can
it's
get
a good book. If you ever do get around to reading your Ice Cream Man card deck and then you get sad, then you should follow it up.
Follow up with that.
With this, because it's just like, you know.
Are we doing a comics pairing show?
It's like a fine wine.
Put that on the document. Yes. But I feel like that'd be like chasing your fine wine with like a bag of Doritos.
Yeah, well, you know.
But no shade to Doritos. People love Doritos, right? They're just not what you normally would get with your fine wine. So
no.
I love Doritos. Doritos sponsor us. We are open. God, can you imagine if we had a Cool Ranch opening?
Pew! Brought to you by Cool Ranch Doritos.
All right, cool. Now that we've seen so many covers and talked about some really cool stuff that's coming up, and paid off our contract to Youngblood. You know, funny enough, I didn't realize Youngblood was the name of a team because Shaft is usually the one on the covers. I thought he was Youngblood.
You never saw any of the other characters? That was just the supporting staff.
I mean, I've seen them, but I'm like, oh, maybe they're just Youngblood's friends. This guy looks like a Youngblood, you know?
He does look like a Youngblood.
So.
It's weird, like, because you are younger than because I was alive and cognizant and able to buy comics when Image first started, when Youngblood first launched.
Yeah.
But you are younger than that, so you probably were too young for it, and you missed out on all the launches of Youngblood until just now, maybe. There's probably been a few
years.
Yeah, the last couple of ones. Like there was that Obama Youngblood cover.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah. Like a lot of people talk about the Obama Spidey cover, but there's an Obama Youngblood cover as well.
That's right. Okay. Maybe. Oh, I'll bet there's a collector out there. Maybe President Obama himself collects his own covers.
Maybe President Obama is watching. Do you remember being on that cover?
Come on the show.
Yeah. Talk to us about
we'll exclusively talk about your two comic books.
Yeah, that Spider-Man. Which is quite of a pricey issue. I had it at one point and I gave it to a friend who was a fan of
Obama.
And I'm a fan as well. I should have kept it, but I don't know. I was trying to be chivalrous or something. But I was just now when I see it, I'm just like, why don't I just keep it? Like, forget that person.
That's all right. They'll give you something to kind of hunt back down.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can also, if President Obama comes on the show, we can also discuss. He usually puts out a list for his favorite movies of the year. I'm very much open to that. Speaking of movies,
maybe he has a secret list for favorite comics of the year.
maybe or secret podcast that he listens to, and only
Yeah.
stays hidden in the comment without commenting. We see you. I know how many people are watching this stream. We see you. But yeah, speaking of movies, let's go to our previously on segment where we talk about all the stuff we've been watching and reading and all that for movies. I only have one thing that I watch really. I mean, I watch a lot. I still watch a lot of things, but nothing new, nothing that I would want to talk about here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get that out of the way real quick. I watched the movie The Roofman. That's a Channing Tatum, Kirsten. Oh boy, I get my Kirstens confused. Kirsten
Dunst.
Dunst. Thank you.
Kirsten Dunst.
A movie about the guy who robbed all those McDonald's and then escaped from prison, and then all
I
that.
saw it.
So, you saw it?
I did see it. I saw it in the theaters. Surprise, not cameo, but small bit part from oh gosh, the guy that was from Star Wars. He was Krennic. He was,
Oh yeah. He's
watching
great in
him, watching him spiritually sing, just oof, man. That's
yeah. He plays a pastor, and it's really man. It's a really interesting addition to the cast because you're like, did you really?
It took
need
me
to
out of
get
the movie
this
for a
guy?
second.
Yeah, like he's on like maybe a couple of scenes, but like, did you need Ben Mendelsohn to play this role? Like maybe, or maybe he just wanted to play the role. I don't know.
Yeah. I had issues with this movie. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I did not
Go for it. Yeah.
I feel like the promotions, the trailers, the commercials and stuff kind of made it seem like it was going to be funnier than what it was. Not that it isn't. I mean, it kind of takes its stab at humor, but it felt like a high production value Lifetime movie to me. It was very much at one point I almost was like, was this when it took that pivot to where he goes to try to drop off the toys at the church for the toy drive?
Yeah.
And then it gets a little religious-y at times. I was like, am I watching like a weird religious movie that is like one of those things that gets snuck through into the pop culture or whatever? And I still feel kind of like maybe it was produced by one of those groups, but I wanted it to either be funnier, make more of a point of the fact that we have abandoned our veterans to become homeless people that live inside Toys R Us's. Like it just kind of walked this like happy-go-lucky trail without really committing to one where like it was just so middle of the road for me. I was like, it could be. He's not a bad guy. They make it a point to show you that he's not a bad guy. He just makes poor decision after poor decision after poor decision, and he never learns from any of those. But I'm like, but that's not really a protagonist because he still ends up like the whole story is just like, what was the point? I didn't get the point of it, honestly. I was just like, he goes back to jail. It's a real story. Well, sorry, guys.
I think I mean it's based on a true story, based on a real person, right? That really exists. I mean, a lot of these people are, I'm sure some of them are manufactured, but for the most part, as a former Toys R Us employee, I found this movie very compelling as well. Because I'm like, there's no way we would have found the guy. But I think you're right. I think you nailed it on the head at the beginning, where this movie, it was kind of sold as a bit of this fun romp of like this guy who, he lives in a Toys R Us and has to get away or whatever.
Yeah.
But it really is about, veterans come home and they have all these skills that don't really translate to everyday life, and they're kind of left to their own devices. Because I mean, Lakeith Stanfield, who's his friend in the movie, or maybe I don't know, maybe they just start together. It's kind of nebulous because Lakeith plays it so standoffish of like, I'm doing you the favor because you're giving me money, not like, so it does feel
not
like
because
that.
You're my former sergeant or whatever. Like he was hey Sarge or whatever.
I think he was there. Somebody, you're right. One of them was each other's sergeant, but yeah, Peter Dinklage, you have Temple on this, of course, Kirsten Dunst, Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum was easy to. I know here's another character named Jeffrey that he's playing, and yeah, and maybe that's part of why you didn't like the movie. But I do feel like, I mean, the whole religious twist to this thing is because it's important to the film as to how these people would not have kind of noticed that. I mean, like that he was that person. He talks about like how people just kind of forget about the news cycle, and it makes sense because he had to hide for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think you're right. I don't think it has some flaws, but I enjoyed it overall, just mainly because I think Channing Tatum's pretty charismatic and easy to follow around, and they do make it. They do want you to kind of root for this guy to get away, even if you know how it ends, which is
Yeah.
weird. I feel like that's kind of a weird take, but
I,
it's
I feel
also
like the
because
movie would have been better if they had not held so true
yeah,
to, and maybe it's because of rights or whatever, like whatever. But I was like, if they had just been like based on a true story and then kind of went a little bit wackier with it, then I think I would have enjoyed the movie more. Yeah, I felt like there's 3 or 4 different other movies inside this movie that are way better than this movie.
yeah, I agree. I think that's definitely fair. But all that being said, you know, it was a very interesting time. So
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
it was
I
pleasant.
would go back. This director does a lot of stuff that's kind of very dramatic. Like he also did The Sound of Metal with Riz Ahmed about the drummer that's losing his hearing. And then he did The Place Beyond the Pines, that Ryan Gosling movie that's very, very sad. Blue Valentine. So like, yeah, I think that's kind of what. So it feels like if you look at that filmography and then you look at this, you're like, oh, maybe they don't know how to be really sad movies.
Give that guy a puppy.
Yeah. All right. Now let's talk about what you watch, because you went to the theater.
I did. I saw Predator Badlands in
Yeah.
IMAX. I went to the the actual IMAX off of in Farmers Branch in Webb's Chapel in Dallas, which
Did you
is
stop
one
at
of the.
Titan?
No, it was too late in the afternoon. It was they
Oh,
they
okay.
had already. I didn't get there early enough to go before the theater and then or before the movie, and by the time the movie got out, they would have been closed. But it was on my list of things. If had I gotten out of the out the house earlier, I was going to try to do that.
Always
It was
remember
great.
you have a 20-minute cushion because of all the trailers.
That's true.
People forget.
That's true.
People forget.
Sold out theater. I was impressed to see that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sold
wow.
out. When I bought the tickets, it was not, and so I was kind of like, and when we sat down, like there was somebody right next to me, but there was nobody on the other side of my friend. So I was like, well, maybe I'll steal that seat if it doesn't fill up. But the whole thing filled up by the time.
Wow, that's a pretty big IMAX theater. Like, I don't know how many people it sits, but it's quite large. From I went to watch Superman there, and I always pick the screen's so large that it doesn't really matter where you sit. So I always try to pick somewhere by the aisle. So I'm not, for the same reason that I don't want to be cramped in the middle of people, and I also tend to go to the restroom at least once per 2-hour movie. So I don't want to have to like, oh, excuse me, watch yourself. So.
But that's one of the few true IMAX screens in the
Mhm.
country. So I'm happy
take
to
that,
see
New York
there.
IMAX. Suck it.
Yeah. It was great. It's a great film.
There's another IMAX. I think the old Science Place. Do you remember that in the Fair Park
In Fort Worth? Yeah. That's the dome one, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if that's
the
still
one
around,
I
but
get. I think it is. I saw about 15 years ago. I saw something there. 15 years ago.
big shout out to the Science Place.
Yeah,
Support science.
that's a good one.
All right, tell me about the movie.
I loved it. I thought it was great. It is. I saw somebody on TikTok say it's family friendly, and I was like, yeah, it kind of is. It's far more buddy cop movie than it is like horror predator film, but it still works as a predator movie. It's just they've ramped up the action. They've kind of like cut way back on the horror aspect of it because there's nobody. I mean, you're on an alien planet full of a bunch of killer monsters, so like or animals or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's more action. I love that they blended. We're getting a much better blending of the Alien franchise into the Predator. Like so
That's what
smooth transition. Like,
yeah. On my letterbox, I put this is the Alien versus Predator movie that we always deserved, but not in the way that you think, because they kind of combine things, but they don't. Like I guess spoiler: there are no xenomorphs. Well, that's not completely true. There are no live xenomorphs on the film.
yeah, the xenomorphs do not play a role in this movie. We'll put it
Exactly.
that way.
Um,
But yeah, it's such a like fun early MCU, like kind of like this is coming kind of
Yeah.
way, but it's blended so much nicer than the clunky MCU way they used to do it, where it was just like drop in this thing. But yeah,
it was a bit of a surprise to me, and maybe just because I go into these movies not really trying to solve anything. But we meet the main robot. What's her name? Hold on. Thea.
well, in the advertising, I knew she was a robot, so even then I was like, well, that's very alien like, but they never said anything, so I was just like, okay, well, maybe they're just cribbing.
But
it's all
one thing
Disney owns everything now, so it's fine.
Yeah, one thing that the marketing and everything, and this is a slight spoiler, Elle Fanning does a double role in this. I guess I'll say that. I'll leave it at that. Which was fun. And this cast is like 4 or 5 people. That's it.
Super small.
It's crazy. So I think Dan Trachtenberg is the Predator franchise, or the Predator universe is I think it's in good hands with him kind of taking the lead. And if we can figure out how to get
who's running the Alien franchise.
Fede Alvarez did the last movie, but I don't know that we have somebody that's kind of overseeing everything.
Well, who did Alien Earth? Isn't
that's done Noah Hawley? So I don't know. Like, do you get the movie guy or do you get the TV guy?
It feels more connected. Just through vibes, I got more Alien Earth vibes.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. So I think we're probably gonna do a full on Predator Badlands show whenever the movie is available, either on streaming or like when it comes out, or at least when Josh and Clay get to watch it. So stay tuned. We'll come back to this. Once again, I will plug that I have a ranking of the Predator franchise. But Jeff, where does this kind of rank in your Predator? Have you seen all the Predator films?
Yeah, I have. I don't really know if I remember them all. So it's got to be after. The only ones I distinctly remember 1, 2 kind of bits and parts. So this is up there with the first 2 for me. Okay. I did kind of watch one. I think it was Requiem, Predator versus Alien Requiem, because I was just scrolling through Hulu the other day and it just came up, and I was like, sure, why not? Let's watch it. I think that's the one that takes place like in a small Pacific Northwest town. Is that the one? Yeah, it's dumb. That's what I got out of it.
I will say, out of the 2 Alien versus Predator movies, that's the worst one out of the 2. Not that the first one's that much better, but it is.
The only thing I remember about the first one is I feel like there was like a high five or something between the alien and the human at one point or something. Maybe not a high five, but there's something that made me, because that also kind of turned into a buddy cop movie at some point.
Or I think the Predator and the main doctor lady have to like figure out how to get out alive, because they have to fight all these xenomorphs, or the xenomorph queen or something. Because I remember
something very Batman and Robin where they have to like run together or something. I was just like very like, oh, this is
the end.
Ridiculous.
The Predator gives her, like, the protagonist, she gets the mark of like she's kind of worthy or something like that, with the acid blood from the xenomorph, and I'm like, dude, that's fucked up. Like, yeah, maybe this is cool if you're a Jiaocha, but like, you just ruined this lady's life. And I'm sure she's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, for the rest of her life.
Cool. Cool. All right.
Yeah, it ranks up there. It's up there.
Nice. Yeah, we'll talk more Predator, like I said, when it comes out. But I hope that this was successful enough. And from what you're saying about a full theater, sounds that it was good time. That maybe we'll get something more that that little tease at the end of Killer of Killers that can something happen, or just to get a new shot at an Alien versus Predator type of thing. Now that we have established that it's all within the same universe.
Yeah. Now, if you are grossed out by Predator face, you will find this movie gross. There is so much Predator face in this.
Face
but
card.
who knew that a Predator could emote so well?
Well, I mean, it's hard because they're either cloaked or they're like, snarling at you.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like it. I like the little creature thing that they find, Bud.
Oh,
Bud.
Yeah. Reminded me of my roommate's dogs.
Oh, that's funny. And I also love that everything in that planet is trying to kill you. Even the grass.
Even the grass. There's some pretty cool creature designs in that movie.
Yeah.
Could you imagine this movie being designed by like Jim Henson, like way back in the day, if they tried to do this without like some kind of CGI and some of those things were just like real looking? Oh, that'd be cool.
I was imagining everything as a Muppet. So maybe not the same way, maybe not where you, but I can see, because for me, Jim Henson, it's most, I know he did other creatures and they did a lot of other creatures, but to me, it's like Muppets in the first, like as soon as I hear his name.
But Yoda's a Jim Henson creature.
Yeah. So
I get it though.
All right. Well, speaking of Predator Badlands, that is a perfect segue for us to go into our comic books for the week, because
I have actually, let me transition real quick, because I know you were trying to do a thing, but
I
did go to I went to a library book sale earlier this week.
Okay.
Speaking of, I picked up this book. This kid's book that is about Jim Henson. I wanted to show it off. But look at that! Look at the illustration on this thing. This is
that's nice.
Paintings by Steve Johnson. Paintings by Steve Johnson.
Anyway,
I thought, AI could never. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. We were talking about Jim Henson. Like,
all right. Well, back to my segue.
Yeah, back to your segue. Sorry.
The first comic I'll talk about for the week is the Predator Badlands one shot.
Hey.
So it's all connected. This is a prequel comic to the movie, written by Ethan Sachs with pencils by Elvin Ching, Oren Jr. And it's pretty fun. You follow what's his name? Drek. Hold on. I have it right here. Deck. Yeah, you follow Deck around in another adventure. I like it. It's fun. It's a really cool, fun one shot. We got a review on the channel, but if you like the movie, you can read this either before or after. It doesn't matter. Which
is it the story on how he lost his tooth?
You would think so, and it's not.
No.
Okay. But it's still a pretty cool adventure. You get a lot more of his brother, which in the film you don't see as much. And yeah, it's a interesting adventure. Like I said, it's weird that this didn't come out last week to kind of coincide with the film. Maybe they didn't want to. There's no spoilers for the movie here, so I don't know why they wouldn't. But
so maybe the timing was just off.
Yeah, maybe it took a little longer to get the comic ready, or the movie changed to a day prior. So, all right, Jeff, let's keep bouncing back and forth. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with a book that I've not read first, but wait, did you put your favorite in the notes? Let me look. Let me make sure. I did. Last time I checked the notes, I had not.
I forgot that we looked at that. Did you see it?
No, not yet. Let me pull them up here.
It's in there.
Let me show you more about this Jim Henson book that I picked up. No, I'm not going to.
I will say, so if for those new to the show, what we do is we save our pick of the week until the end. But since we're going back and forth, obviously Jeff didn't have the notes up, but I know his favorite book. And if you give us $5 right now, I'll tell you what it is. Sorry, Jeff.
Well, this book I'm not going to get a chance to read because I have not finished reading the whole series, but the Grimm 25 came out, and this is the final issue of Grimm. I looked at I have issues number 1 through 20 and then 25 because I was going to start trade waiting, so I just need to go out and hunt for issues 21 through 24. And then I'll have.
If you follow me on social media, you might have seen this already, but I might as well show it now since Jeff pulled it out. I also got Grimm number 25. I got 6 different covers.
How are you? What is this? Is this what is this? Did you craft this thing? How did you? What is this in?
I did. I put this together for my Instagram shot, but I figured why pull it apart just yet if I have a show to do on Sunday. So,
that's pretty good work there, my friend.
Thank you. It's all duct tape. So, all right.
Somebody should invent like, you remember how like we used to have like wall decorations where it was just like sleeves of CDs and people would just like hang them as wall. I don't know if you remember that.
That's what I want. You know those things that you can
put for comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like your shoes in, but just like a wall full, so you just slide your comics in, and then it's like a giant wall decoration.
Yeah, because then I can change the comics as I want. Because right now in my room, and you might have seen some of the videos, there's a wall of comics that are just taped, like double-sided tape to the wall. But sometimes I want to change them, but I'm like, that's gonna be a lot of work. So we're just gonna move on. So maybe I'll keep this thing up and just leave the bags there and take the comic books out.
There's got to be a way to like, you know what? Let's go into business. We're gonna figure this out. It's just like a strip with a thing.
Sharks, we're here because comic book collecting is booming, and we're asking for $3 million.
That's right.
Because we want to buy one of the bad copies of Action Comics #1.
That's right.
So
and put it in this thing. All right, it's your turn. Is it my turn? Whose turn?
Yeah, my turn. All right. Well, I will. I almost forgot what I put as my favorite. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Godzilla #1 came out this week from IDW. The big year of the crossover for Godzilla continues. This book is a lot of fun. Tim Seeley is doing such a good job with Godzilla, but having to bring in the turtles, I think, really works. It looks like the 90s cartoon, kind of like.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I loved it. I don't know if you've checked this out.
I did not get that one.
Okay. Well, it's on our folder. I uploaded a bunch of comics this week that I hadn't in a while. So anything that you see here, for the most part, outside of DC books, should be on there. So.
Speaking of DC books, we got the newest issue of Batman Hush 2, Batman 162. I mean, the Jim Lee art's good.
I haven't read it. I'll probably go back and I might just do the whole thing when it's all done. I don't know what they're doing with this, so
not a lot happens in the issue. Catwoman and Batman almost have a conversation.
Almost.
Damian says "Yippee-ki-yay" or something like that. You know, everybody plays very much against their normal characters, but they're all jumping around, being drawn by Jim Lee. So I don't know, what more do you want?
And to give you an idea of maybe how delayed this book is, it has a preview of Night Fight #1 in the back, which came out maybe a week or two ago.
Yeah.
There was a page here that I did see that I really love, and I don't know what. Okay, so yesterday I think I might have mentioned it on the show. When Jim Lee does these like more painterly
watercolor,
I don't know what he's doing. Like these flashback panels, I don't know if he's doing them digitally. It just looks so different than his stuff, which I love his pencils, but I really love how those panels look with the flashbacks. So
if you go back and look at his early Death Blow comics, you can see him really start to play around with that style way back then.
I've seen him because
it's almost like
on Instagram. Yeah, he used to do videos on Instagram where he would just draw digitally, and they kind of look like that. That's what I'm thinking. It is. That's what it is.
It's almost like, because then Tim Sale ended up taking over that comic after he left after Jim stopped doing the art, and so it's almost like he was like doing some proto Tim Sale stuff, like he was working with Tim Sale beforehand, and it was like Tim Sale was kind of
Oh, maybe he's like, this guy's gonna take over for me one day. I need to make it easy
Yeah.
at transition. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Hold on.
Is it my turn?
I go.
No.
My turn.
Oh,
you just hushed.
Oh, I just hushed. I can't remember.
So let's stay on the Batman train. I picked up the Batman Static Beyond #1. This is the
nice.
Dustin Win cover. But then with most DC books, you get the regular cover as well in the back. Man, I love this Batman Beyond world with the Justice League Beyond, and having Static be a big part of this. Like, it's like everything I would have wanted as a 12 to 14-year-old when I was watching those animated shows.
Nice. It's good.
Yeah, there's an episode of the Justice League Unlimited that follows these characters in the future with Batman Beyond, and I'm like, why isn't this a whole thing series? But yeah, it's really, really cool. It feels like that they kind of recapture that.
Nice. I picked up I think I just got too excited to show off the Steve Rude cover of Spider-Man Torn, #2. Great Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
College Mary Jane, my favorite. Who am I? Megan Kelly.
Yeah, AI is gonna pick that up for sure.
It's a great, the comic is it's fun. It's a fun Spider-Man comic. It's just a very middle of the road. Peter's in college trying to solve a mystery. Straczynski, the interior artwork's fine. That Steve Rude cover is great.
Yeah,
it's fine.
And sometimes when we talk about middle of the road, like, it's not in a negative way. Sometimes we just kind of want to go back to basics type of stuff.
Just give me a base hit comic.
Yeah, like, it's you need to get on base before you score. So that's what these
exactly.
are. So
it's nice to have. Yeah, exactly. Also, because you do get at least once a week, you're going to get something that hopefully blows your mind or whatever. Like last week it was the assorted crisis events and stuff like that will come along and knock you out of your chair. So it's nice to just have a fun, solid book that is just like, okay, that was good. That was, it wasn't bad. It was just pleasing.
Agreed. I also read the other side of that, not really other side, but just the other publisher side, the Gargoyles Fantastic Four crossover. This one's also done by Greg Weisman, creator of the Gargoyles, but the art is very different. It's George Cambadius, and it looks very like a lot more dynamic, very different from the other one. It's fun, just like the other issue was. This one incorporates the kids a lot more, both the kids from the Fantastic Four and the Gargoyle kids.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's more centered, and there's also 2 stories going on at the same time. So feels like they wanted to pack in a lot for that. What else?
I picked up Action Comics, the most recent issue of Action Comics. Mark Waid, Cian Tormey is doing the art, not Skylar Patridge.
Oh, how's the arc going? Are we looking to close out that first arc? I'm ready to read that again.
Yeah, this feels like it wraps up the first arc.
Okay.
In this issue.
Interesting that they changed. Yeah, interesting that they changed artists before the arc wrapped up.
Yeah, I thought so too. It makes me wonder if they didn't extend it by maybe an issue or something, and maybe Skylar had something to do. But this one kind of wraps up the whole. Clark has been kind of facing off against the United States military as a young man. Clark is just because they don't trust him. They don't know anything about him. It's General Sam Lane. They meet for the first time. But it's entertaining. It's, again, just like the Spider-Man, it's just kind of a good, solid comic where you're just having fun reading it.
I mean, with that team, I would expect nothing less than at least a good, solid comic book.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, I have one more book before my favorite one, and it's not your favorite one, so I'm okay to talk about it. Then I'll let you talk about all the books. Well, I guess I have one more I'll talk in with you, but I don't have it with me. Anyway, don't worry about it. Transformers #26.
Oh, yes.
God, it's It's so crazy how good this book still is, even with a whole new creative team.
This
Like,
was almost my pick of the week.
yeah.
This was like
And
my
me
second
too.
favorite.
This was like right underneath. That's why I saved it till the end, because it was almost my pick of the week. It's so good, and I don't even know all the little Easter eggs that Jeff's picking up on. That I'm not. I'm just having a good time with this.
It's also interesting to read because it's been Daniel Warren Johnson up into these, like, writing the book up until these
Yeah.
last two issues, and then now it's Robert Kirkman has taken over as writing. You can feel Robert Kirkman's writing is kind of weirdly more geared towards television. It feels like, because Robert Kirkman, Daniel Warren Johnson will hold on to, like, he'll split the comic in half basically. He's like, this half is Autobot stuff. Now we're going to switch over to the Decepticons. Almost split in half are those comics. Robert Kirkman knows that there's like all these different things. So it'll be like 3 pages here. Now let's go check out on these characters over here for a couple of pages here. Now let's go check out these characters. So it almost feels like you're watching a TV show because the breaks happen.
And then it'll leave you with like 2 pages of a badass cliffhanger that will want to pick. You want to pick up, because you're like, what the fuck just happened? Like this one, I got to the last page, and I won't show it, but I mean, Jeff, you read the comic, you know what I'm talking about, and you're like, what the hell just happened? Right?
yeah. I gotta find. Yeah, exactly. It's a big cliffhanger, literally.
So there are still 3 kind of stories going on, kind of like in the Daniel Warren Johnson stuff. You have the Optimus Prime and the Autobots trying to get things figured out with the military, and then these uneasy alliances, not just with the military, but also with a surprising character. Then you have all the stuff that's going on in Omicron, with Elita 5.
Oh, up in Cybertron.
Yeah. Omicron is the bad guy. That's right. All the stuff going on in Cybertron. And then, well, the Decepticons are still around somewhere. So what's up with them? So let's check in with them. So, pretty cool, pretty balanced book, I think.
Yeah, very balanced. Very good. Very good.
All right.
And it makes me excited for the, I mean, I know we're probably a year away from it, but the cartoon that they're working on. Well,
the cartoon. That's right. Oh, probably more than a year, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let you kind of keep going through the rest of the years till we get to our favorites, because I'm out.
Batman and Robin. What is this? 27. This is Philip Kennedy Johnson. The craziest thing about this book is that Philip Kennedy Johnson has introduced these like homeless street kids that Robin has befriended, and they're like the boxcar kids. I don't know. They're just like happy being street kids. They're just like, oh, we love the street. It's where
Danger Street Gang.
Yeah, they're the Danger Street Gang. They're just like, yeah, we would never go back to living in a home. And I'm like, I don't know if what? Because I'm also want to be like, you're talking to the kid of a billionaire, right? Like Bruce could adopt you all. Like you could have hot dogs every night if you wanted to, better than the street hot dogs that you're eating. So it's just weird whenever these kids pop up, because they this issue, Clark and John, Superman and Superman, come and visit Batman and his son, John and Damian. Superman's son, John Kent, and Damian are old friends. They grew up together until John got kidnapped to space.
Until one of them grew up way more.
Yeah. So they're hanging out together in this issue because Bruce wants Damian to have a more normal life. So he wants him to have friends. Damian introduces John to his street urchin friends. And I'm just like, it's so weird that you're like, you guys, these homeless kids, we're just like, these are our pals, the homeless kids. We're not going to help them out. What?
Why are you hanging out with a full-on adult, Damien?
Yeah, exactly. This kid's in college, Damien. You're like 14.
Yeah.
This is the final issue of We're Taking Everyone Down With Us. Number 6.
I'm excited to read that.
It's very funny. A parody of James Bond, more or less, except told from the villain's perspective. In this comic, it is getting a spin-off series after this, and I'm wondering if there wasn't a series before this, because it's part of a universe, the Rook universe, which is the name of the spy guy.
I don't know. Good question.
it feels like it's like I don't know if we were just dropped in, but it definitely feels like it was a built up universe. Anyway, it's very fun. It's by the same guys that did it's by one of the same guys that did Four Kids That Walk Into the Bank, and it definitely has those kind of vibes to it. So,
yeah, I don't know. There's a lot
Beneath
of
the Trees, Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring, the latest issue, number 4, still continues to be good. Sorry, microphone. Batman, Dark Patterns. You had read this a couple of weeks ago.
Let's take a beat here. Yes, that's the one I was waiting for to jump back in with you. Well, what did you think of the wrap up of the series and the third arc or fourth arc?
That's a great series, fantastic series, man. Get this once it's out in trade. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of super deluxe where they have all collected 12 issues. It's going to be oversized. It's going to be $400 or however much it is. Get it. Because the artwork is great. The story is like, I'm sure, even though I read it month to month, my guess is that reading this thing over 12 issues at once is going to be even better because then all the stories will connect immediately in your head. Yeah. It's just a great Batman maxi series, 12 issues, one. It almost reminds me of the Long Halloween stuff because it's just one mystery that he's solving over the course of 12 issues. So,
and it was always planned to be that way. I did see that when I was working on my video. I don't know if I don't know if that's the right thing by reading, because I read each part all together, right? So the first 3, then 6, 9, then 12.
Yeah.
And it read really good that way. I don't know. Maybe that's how I should recommend you to read it, even if you get the trade, unless you want to binge the whole thing. But there's so much happening that I kind of enjoyed taking the time in between. And because I did a video for each one of these, like I really dove deep and took notes. And once you talk about it afterwards, a lot of like things kind of fall into place and you start seeing the patterns yourself.
Yeah. Well, I think, I don't know if I'd read it all like in one sitting, like just sit at my table and just, power through for a couple hours. But like over the course of a couple of days, I think it would be a pretty cool read. Yeah.
Yep. Nice. Yeah. Highly recommend it. This would have been my pick of the week had I read it this week.
Yeah. And it was up there for me along with Transformers and this book, The Fantastic Four, number 5. Yeah. Love this cover.
Hey, am I mirrored? Why am I mirrored? Whoa.
I don't know. Maybe there are 2 different versions. I don't know.
No. Why I'm mirrored on the comic. I don't normally do that. Okay. Anyway.
It's fun. Black Cat shows up all the boys go off on a fishing adventure, leaving Sue Storm and Alicia Masters at home. And then Black Cat shows up, Felicia Hardy, and she's being arrested by the police. She goes to the Fantastic Four for help. Sue does not like Black Cat. She thinks that she has ruined Peter Parker's life and Johnny Storm's life. But she reluctantly agrees to hear Felicia Hardy out. Felicia Hardy's been framed for a murder that she did not commit. Sue figures it out. It's one of the Ryan North. This is a self-contained story. It's just going to be super fun all the way through. When Sue reaches her conclusion as to what actually happened, I'm like, that feels like a stretch. It happened really quickly, but outside of that, I love this comic. Every single issue of this comic is amazing.
Feels like a stretch. I thought Mr. Fantastic wasn't there.
Oh, real quick before I get to my pick of the week, just because he's made a couple of appearances on the show, I did finally pick up. This is the one issue of Deathmate I've been missing, and I found it the other day. Ooh. It's the red Liefeld cover. This was the Image Valiant crossover event that they did back in the day. Each one had
who's crossing over with who?
This is Shaft and Bloodshot on the cover.
Oh, that's Bloodshot. Okay, that was a little bit. Yeah. He's wearing something that doesn't feel very Bloodshot. So
this is 90s Bloodshot, so it's before Vin Diesel came around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't usually see him with all the swords and stuff. Like usually he just doesn't have anything on his.
There's a nice troll. advertisement on the back here.
Trollverine.
Trollverine. Yeah, so I picked that up. I was happy to
Nice.
finally finish that off. But my pick of the week this week is the Superman, the Kryptonite
Spectrum number
Spectrum
4.
number 4. This is one of those comics that again pushes the boundaries of like how stories get told. And I'm just like, yes, I am here for it. I had to take a nap before reading it because I flipped through it first and I was like, oh, I need more brain power to get through this one. But yeah, you get fun diagrams, old school looking panel, like old school advertising panels.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And I was so pleased because we talked about this the other week. There's a Picasso. They talk about Picasso doing art in this for a comic, and I was like, hey, that was just our conversation just the other day.
Yep. We are
yeah.
DC Comics.
Picasso doing cubistic art is what they say.
Love it.
So, yeah, I love it. I love how they. It's the same Ice Cream Man team that does Ice Cream Man. You said the other day they're working on a secret project for Vertigo, which I love. This so good. My pick of the week.
I'm ready. I can't wait till that next issue because I think that's gonna wrap up the series. Because this one is very interesting and fun and does a lot of like multiversional shenanigans or fifth dimensional stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then like as a reader, because you've been reading all these, like there's still a lot of stuff going on at home, like back on like regular Earth, and we're gonna have to deal with that. And this book makes it very clear that it's gonna be very difficult. I love that Batman keeps showing up. Like I feel like I'm like, W. Maxwell, did you want to write a Batman book the whole time? But they just happened that you had a Superman pitch on you.
Well, and I love that Batman is just as ridiculous as
Yes.
I feel like sometimes Tom King will write Batman as kind of a ridiculous, like whatever. And so he's like, Batman is Lois the whole time is like, you're insane. Like she's like, you're an insane person to Batman the whole time.
Yep.
Dr. Fate is in this issue. He's really fun in this issue.
Dr. Fate, goodness gracious. Yeah, out of nowhere. It's good stuff though. It's great stuff. This will also be once it's collected, I'm gonna pick the whole thing. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be a really cool collection as well. So exactly. DC's found a way to make me double dip where I'm like, I'm buying the stuff monthly because I love it, and then it's so good that I want to have the collection as well. So, okay, my pick of the week is a fairy tale. The Poison Ivy annual number 1 from 2025, which is I'm not caught up on Poison Ivy itself. This is by G. Willow Wilson with art by Mark Buckingham. Yeah. I knew that name sounded familiar, and then I opened the book and I'm like, oh, okay.
From Fables?
Yes, exactly. So that's the perfect artist for this book because in this book, I don't know what's going on with Pamela overall because I'm behind on the main series, but you can read this on its own. It was a light week of DC Comics for me to make videos about, so I was like, well, usually the annuals can feel standalone, and this one does. Mm-hmm. She's looking for answers. She goes to the Tree of Knowledge, and then the tree tells her a story about this fair maiden from back in the day, which is very much a metaphor for Ivy and her being Poison Ivy. So it's great. It looks fantastic. If you like Fables, if you like Mark Buckingham's art, and G. Willow Wilson just has such a great hold on this character. Highly recommend it. Go check it out. Like I said, you can read this on its own without even being caught up on the series, but I do plan to catch up on the series as soon as I can. So there you go.
That's something I need to kind of make a list of like books that I've missed over the last few years that I kind of feel like, oh, that has a bit of a following. I should probably pick it up,
Well, now that you're on League, you can check out the collections and see what the ratings are and maybe start being like, oh, okay.
I can start using technology to my advantage.
That's right. Before we get to what's up ahead, I do have a few more books that I bought that I haven't read. I don't know if you have anything left. You're usually pretty good about reading all your books.
I read everything.
What is it? Like, when you go to a buffet and you're like, oh yeah,
you overpile.
I could put all this down. And some of the books are also like Artificial. I'm gonna wait till it's all done. It's only gonna be 4 issues, but I really wanted to pick up this Youngblood variant, and I love Maria Lovett's art. So yeah. Another book that I'm waiting to read altogether, Event Horizon: Dark Descent. I read. These are the ones that I read the first one, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in, I'm sold. But I just know myself, and I know that I can't keep up with all this knowledge in my head, and I'm gonna enjoy it all together. Godzilla: Escape the Dead Zone, number 4. Another book that I'm just reading with the arcs. And I know what you're saying, like, well, why don't you just buy the collections? And I'm gonna tell you, not you personally, Jeff, but this person that's saying that, mind your business.
Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Mind your business, Greg.
That's right. Ultimate Wolverine. This one I'm just behind on. I need to catch up before this Ultimate Endgame thing or whatever's happening soon. But it does have this cool promo for this. I didn't even know this was happening. Sorcerer Supreme number 1. The Sorcerer Supreme has fallen. Long live the Sorcerer Supreme. So are they all? It feels like it's like a Spider-Verse, but with Doctor Strange. Like everyone's gonna be Doctor Strange.
What is that? That's weird.
Yeah. So it doesn't. Who's doing this? It doesn't say who's writing this, but it starts next month. So stay tuned. We'll figure it out together. I guess.
I wonder if that's how, because Scarlet Witch is going to become the Sorcerer Supreme. Like,
yeah, I think that's how. I made a video where I just went through my pull list, and I got to that one, and I was like, no. If you're gonna keep renumbering Scarlet Witch books, I'm done with you. Sorry. As much as you're not going on the pull list.
I kind of it's on my pull list for right now, but also I'm like, because I did read that very first Steve Orlando Scarlet Witch series. And it's great, and I there's been 2 since, I think 2 or 3 maybe since.
Yeah.
And my thought was like, I'm just gonna go back and read the trades, and I haven't done any of that yet. But when this got announced, I was like, should I get this, or I'm already trade waiting on the other ones? I might as well just keep trade waiting. I don't know.
No. I'm just gonna read on Marvel Unlimited. Sorry for not buying the book, but maybe that's the reason they keep renumbering. But I don't know. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
One more book. Die Reloaded, Stephanie Hans, and Kieran Gillen, and then Titan had the Peach Momoko variant for that.
Ooh,
so
nice.
I had to get it. But yeah, that'll do it. That's all the comic books for the week. I'll keep reading more stuff. You have our picks. Before we get into what's coming up ahead, I did want to advise you. This is a public service announcement. If you like free comic books, you can, this weekend and this weekend only, follow the link that I'm going to have in the description of this video. And Boom Studios is going to let you read Marian Heretic number 1 and number 2 for free. You can just download it. It's a PDF. You could just go and download a PDF, and you can read both comics. And then you can, before Monday the 17th, you can call your shop and tell them you want to order Marian Heretic number 3 and add that to your pull list. If you don't know what that is all about, we have a full conversation with writer Tini Howard. So Jeff, if you haven't read these, I mean, you can go download them yourself, but I'll put them in our folder because I did. It's one PDF that has both issues, and I feel like, as somebody that you personally grew up in the 90s Image Renaissance era, I think you're gonna dig this because it has a lot of that throwback feeling to it.
Awesome.
Even the art is very, like, there's a little bit of cheesecake in there, but there's also, like, fighting and like this gory details, but also the story is very cool. So yeah, check out Marian Heretic for free from Boom Studios. Okay,
I'll check it out.
Now let's look ahead, and we'll start with Jeff since he is finally whoop. You can now follow Jeff on League of Comic Geeks. And here's his pull list for the week of 11/19, which looks very similar to my pull list. I'm not gonna look. This is your pull list. This is my pull list. And I don't know if you could tell, the picture barely changed at all.
Deluge.
So there we go. Matter of fact, let me pull mine up here so I can. Yeah. All right. So Jeff, you want to tell us a little bit about it? I don't know if you. Hopefully, you can see this well.
Yeah, I can see. So we've got Absolute Flash, which is still going strong.
Same.
It survived. It survived by almost cutting it. World's Finest has been going strong since its beginning. It's 40 issues into it. It's amazing.
That might be
Chip Zdarsky.
That might be the longest running series now that Batman has reset on my pull list.
I think it probably is mine as well. It's got to be mine. Yeah, because Avengers is only 30 something issues in.
Mm-hmm.
The newest issue of Captain America by Chip Zdarsky. It looks like we've wrapped up the first arc more or less.
Yeah, so this is the last one I'm picking up, and then I'm gonna just switch to trade. I like
That's
it.
Interesting because they're about to. Because I feel like it's about to get really integral to what's going to happen to the Marvel universe going forward.
I can always make time decisions.
Because I think starting with issue 5, they're starting to deal with the fallout of One World Under Doom.
Okay.
Batman, Deadpool, the DC part of the Marvel DC crossover. We need to look at those covers here in a bit because I've got 6 or 7 that I've pointed out or that I've circled, but I'm like, I might try to get these. Everything Dead and Dying, the hottest new zombie flick.
Before you move on, I guess never mind. I'll talk about it when we do the covers. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just Everything Dead and Dying, the hottest new zombie comic on the market.
Oh, so good.
So good. Exquisite Corpses. They've got this thing planned out for 3 or 4 years, I think is what James Tynion said. So I'm just gonna try to get to the first arc.
I'm going to try to talk to one of the creators from this. We need to talk to somebody about this. And James Tynion might be a hard get, but there's a lot of guest creators on this. That
there's a bunch of guest creators.
So stay tuned for that. You can. So the first trade contains the first 3 issues only, but the first issue was triple size, so you're really getting 5 total in the first collection. So if you want to read it in trade, that should be available in your library app. We have a preview of it, Jeff, if you want to catch up. But for anybody that's not part of the Next Issue podcast, you can go to your library and borrow that first trade.
I've been getting it month to month, and I've been reading it month to month, and it's good. It's and you can see the definite pattern is how they're telling the story with each issue.
It does feel very episodic. I do enjoy reading this one month to month.
Yeah. G.I. Joe, the newest issue of G.I. Joe. I love a good trope. We've got Duke and Cobra Commander chained together. They're on the run from the Dreadnoks. This is your hero and villain are stuck together, buddies kind of thing. I don't think they're going to be buddies.
What is this? The beginning of Kong Skull Island?
Yeah, exactly. Good stuff. What do we have here? Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe, destroys the Marvel Universe. I think this is the last issue of that comic.
Yep. Yep.
Guy in the Chair, number 2. I really like the first issue.
So good.
This is one of the ones I might have to. I don't know. It depends on how my wallet feels, but I think this is
this one would be a fair thing to wait for the trade.
Yeah, it's definitely a trade book. Like you would read well all together, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun to read.
Yes.
What do I have? Harley Quinn Elvira. That's just straight up cheesecake fun, but it's by.
Sorry, I didn't realize this was going to be an ongoing. I thought it was like a one-shot thing. And then I saw this on our email and I was like, what the? Okay. You were saying cheesecake fun. That's Power Girl's going to show up at some point. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So it's it's famous Jim Palmiotti and Amanda Conner. So
yep.
Mary Sue is the other comic I may or may not pick up. The first issue was really fun. It's about a fan fiction writer whose fan fiction creation character comes to life, sort of like a My Bodyguard kind of situation.
Funny enough, this came out the same week that Marian Heretic came out, and it's interesting that you went with this one because it is a Boom Studios, but it's from Boombox, which is their
kids
aimed
version.
at a younger audience.
Yeah,
part of the brand. So,
well, that's what I like. I like I like things for kids. New Gods.
Fair enough. You are playing with the G.I. Joes right on top of this one, so yeah.
Yeah. The New Gods issue. New Gods continues to be really good. It's Rom V, so it's
wait because now this is gonna close out the arc, and I can catch up because I read all the way through 7.
Oh yeah. The new Jed McKay Nova. I have mixed feelings about this because I feel like I wasn't gonna pick this up, and then I read somebody quoted Jonathan Hickman saying that he loves what Jed McKay's doing with this book. It's like the Rockford Files in space. That was the whole quote I read. So that's what hooked me. I'm not a huge, the Rockford Files is an old television show from like the 70s, which I don't really remember much of, but the pull quote sounded too cool. So I'm like, let's try it out. And Jed McKay writes single characters better than he writes teams. So
yep.
What is that? One World Under Doom, number 9. I can't say enough good things about that.
Yep. Finale.
Big finale. Sacrificers. The newest issue of Sacrificers. I think we're starting off a new story arc with this. So I'm interested to see where that goes. This is the Spider-Man Christmas special, which is I'm only put on the thing because it's written by Rainbow Rowell. Rainbow Rowell is a credited author on this, so I want to see if she writes the whole thing. I'm definitely picking it up.
Nice.
What is that? The new Ultimates and Wonder Woman number 27 or whatever that is. Mm-hmm. So those are all my pulls.
Let's go to my list. Which you're saying like, wait a minute, we just looked at this. No, we didn't. This is my list. I have everything pretty much the same, except I am reading also Deluge number 2. This is Ignition. Yeah, okay. I think that's how you say that. That's one of those words that I'm like, okay, how do I read this? How do I say this?
Who is that by? Deluge?
Corin Bunn and Marika Cristo. I believe that's the team, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Corin Bunn, Marika Cristo. Yeah, it's really cool. It's about underwater monsters, so a lot of fun. We already talked about all these other ones, but Hello Darkness, I'm still picking up Hello Darkness. Very cool book. I love these anthologies. This one looks like it's kind of Thanksgiving themed since it's coming out the week before Thanksgiving in the US. Not to be confused with Thanksgiving in Canada, which was last month for our Canadian viewers.
They give thanks earlier than us.
Yeah, and also never for the rest of the world because nobody else celebrates Thanksgiving. As I mentioned, Marian Heretic number 2. So you can read the free issue before the second issue is even out. Because of the, because of the,
I definitely, Teenie Howard's one of those authors that I don't like. I hear the name all the time, and I could not tell you if I've ever read anything by them. I'm sure I have. I just wouldn't know. But like,
if you were into, well, I don't know how she did a lot of the Excalibur stuff during the Krakoan age. So that's probably the main part of what I've read from Teenie up until prior to this stuff. So I'm still reading Nightwing. I really like this. Dan Waters is just doing a bang up job following up Tom Taylor. So yeah, really cool. Also the Punisher Red Band. The main reason is because if I don't pick up these books physically, I'm not gonna be able to read them. So
yeah, that's right.
The holiday special as well. Starship Godzilla number 2. I'm all in on the Godzilla stuff. Also TMNT Casey Jones number 2. Another. Well, no, this is not Dan Waters. Who's writing this one? Alex Pagnadell writing the Casey Jones book. Follow up to that. The Turtles are coming back. Well, I guess they never truly left, but also the Terminator Metal from Dynamite. These are little stories of the Terminator stuff happening in that future. I don't normally pick up Titans, but this is a DCKO tie-in, so I really like what they did on the last one, with like, oh, the Titans have to save everyone. And now there's the villains have made a deal with the devil, or a devil.
Oh, that's
I think
interesting.
Yeah, so now they all have.
So
like,
this
these-
tells the story behind, because in the Justice League United, Mr.
Yeah.
Terrific has put a team together to deal with some of that stuff.
Yep.
I missed the last issue of Titans, and I have not been able to hunt it down in the 3 or 4 different comic shops that I've been in. So this is kind of on my pull list. Like, if I could find the first issue, I'd be like, or the previous issue, I'd be all in. But I don't know
you
if I can
should
find it.
if you hunt those down, 28, 29, they're both DCKO tie-ins. Ultimates we already talked about. Undiscovered Country is a book that I'm super behind on, but it's Charles Soule and Scott Snyder, so like I've been on board from the beginning, and this has been a long running thing. Maybe after Grimm, maybe this is now the oldest book on my pull list. Oh, this is actually older because Grimm started in 2022. This started 2019. That's a long time.
The Saga on your pull list, because that's got to be the oldest one.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. Which one?
Saga. When Saga comes back around, Saga might be the.
So Saga's now in my trade weight, so I don't put those on the pull list themselves. So yeah, I think it might be this one then.
Okay.
And then Wonder Woman number 27, of course, that Jeff already mentioned. So, but yeah, if you don't know legal comics, it lets you know the total. It lets you know how many you're getting, or I guess the estimated total. It doesn't account for you buying multiple copies of a variant, but you can, if your shop gives you a discount, you can edit it in here. The only reason I don't do it is because my shops give me a different discount for having a pull list, and I don't know which books I'm going to be picking up at which shop. So I'm like, whatever. I'll just get the total. So
It's just an idea.
All right, but you can add the tax, which is in Texas is what is it? 8.25%.
0.8%. Yeah.
Yeah. So people love doing math. In my pull list video, you can see me actually share an Excel document with you, because you can export your pull list. And I was trying to figure out how many books total I pull per month. So, okay.
Take a look at the covers of the Batman.
Let's do that to close out the show. So, Batman Deadpool is coming out next week, and what I wanted to say is that I have read the book, and it's pretty freaking cool. So I'll make a video about that for sure. You have the main story by Grant Morrison with Dan Moore art, and then you have a whole bunch of other stories, which I'm sure I can point out as we talk through the cover. So here, let me see. I can make this a little. There we go.
I did see a tiny little preview of the Tom Taylor Nightwing Wolverine, like just them talking like in a tunnel or whatever. But I'm excited. That's the one I'm excited for.
Yep. So this one does have less stories than the Marvel one. So the main story is longer, and then you only get like 3 different stories.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this very cool Clayman. There's 24 covers loaded in here. I don't know if that'll be all of them, but this is by Clayman, Batman and Wolverine. This is the wraparound cover by Dan Mora. So Batman's on the other side. I don't know why. For some reason, they can't upload the wraparounds properly. And you let me know if there's any that jump out at you, Jeff. That you're like, I probably picked that up. Libermejo here.
Oh, that's cool. This is one of the ones that is made my list.
Mark Brooks.
So Mark Brooks, Zatanna, Scarlet Witch. Love me some cheesecake.
And magic. Magical cheesecake. Jim Chung doing this was the crossover, I believe, back in the Amalgam days.
Yeah. Also in the last issue of the thing.
Yes. Oh yeah. This is one of the stories you'll get. The whole, well, I mean, not exactly. They're not eating hot dogs, but it is Amanda Connor doing in Harley story.
This is a fun cover. I would consider buying it.
Yeah, I believe that story is written by Mariko Tamaki, but it is drawn by Amanda Connor.
This is
the
a
Nick
great cover.
Dragotta. I'm getting this one for sure. Nick Dragotta. Man, this book is $8.99. That's gonna hurt. I need to get to my shop early.
This is one of the covers I really want. The Jenny Frison.
Yeah, Jenny Frison. I mean, we both bought the same Fantastic Four cover. And you bought the Grimm cover by Frison as well. So I know Jenny Frison, top of the list. Andy Kubert with the giant playing card. I love this cover. So silly.
This one, Jay Lee. God, I love this cover.
It's really cool.
Bard
and
and
a
Rogue.
really interesting team up too. I've never noticed Barda's shoes if they do look like Peter Pan's shoes.
Little elf shoes.
Yeah. Or if that's just Jay Lee's take on it. Speaking of Jim Lee from Hush, drawing two of his favorite boys, I think.
Yep. This
Alexander
is a cool cover.
Lozano. Yeah. We have Sean Murphy. This one's pretty cool too.
Murphy.
And I would love this crossover. I love that they have a picture here at the pool. Deadpool in the pool. This is a Frank Quietly cover. God, this is
I'd
so
like
good.
this cover.
God, Frank Quietly so good.
Yeah, this is a great cover. I like this cover a lot too. Bruno Redondo.
Hayden Sherman. This is one of the stories you get inside. So sorry, you get a story for this as well. You get Nightwing and Wolverine, as Jeff mentioned earlier, and you also get Hayden Sherman drawing this story by Scott Snyder, Joshua Williamson, and James Tynion. 3 writers on this. I don't know if each one of them wrote a page. I don't know how that works. These are not very long stories. The very cool Wilson Cabbage homage cover with homage. So it's the Wolverine claw like we saw in the Deadpool Wolverine movie.
Oh, I get it.
You see that?
I see it. Yeah.
The Ryan
that's
Sook.
fun.
That's
a good one.
Micah. And if you're local to the Dallas area, you might, if you get this cover, I think Susan Micah does a lot of shows around here. So you might be able to get this signed. Dan Morris, main. So these are probably what's going to be in the blind bags. I think they're doing blind bags for this as well. Because it's the virgin foil. A lot of these will be the virgin foil. Oh, damn, I'm getting this blue.
There's there's the Dallas Comic Show that comes out that is next weekend.
Oh yeah, I'll probably be there. I wonder, we might not have a show next weekend on Saturday, so I can go to that early. Or if Jeff goes, maybe we'll just do a live show from over there.
A live show, a little live stream.
Yeah, we'll sit in the mall and just record the video. This is by Dan Panosian.
Really?
I believe this is exclusive to Impulse Creations. This doesn't look like it's just a regular cover. And then this is
Brian Boland
Comics. Brian Boland. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, really good. And that's it. That's all they have for now. So, yeah, I don't know what's in the mystery blind bags, but I'm excited for this. Like I said, I can't wait to see what people think about this. And then I'll have probably a couple of videos where I go in depth to all this stuff. So, all right, Jeff.
I'm glad it was successful because now next year we're getting Superman, Spider-Man on that anniversary, that 50th year anniversary.
Oh, they did announce that?
Yeah, they did announce it.
Oh, cool. Perfect. All right. Do you have anything else you want to chat about before we get out of here?
No. Well, although just to kind of pair it off, actually, yes, to pair it off the thing, because Marvel Unlimited, which I do not have access to, but they released a couple of crossovers with DC. So they have what is it? Shazam, Thor, like on their Marvel Unlimited app right now, and I forget who the other one was. There's a but there's another DC Marvel kind of crossover mini comic on their app right now. If you want to go check that out.
I believe they had a promotion where if you get, I'm trying to think, if you get one of them, you can get a promotion for the other, or vice versa. I'll try to find it. I know somebody shared it with me, but yeah, you're right. I didn't even know that. I should go check out that Thor Shazam comic.
Yeah, that sounds like an interesting combo.
And is there a Flash Fantastic Four as well?
That was the other one. That was the one, because that's the one that caught my attention, because that sounds really interesting. But then I saw it was just on exclusively on Marvel Unlimited.
Oh, well, expect videos for both of those, because I have access to that. I don't normally get on Reddit, but that's where I saw that was the other cover. So comics Reddit is scary.
Oh, so, Reddit in general is scary.
Yeah, but the comics one, really, I don't know. Okay. Let me see. Before we get out of here, remember to follow myself and Jeff. I mean, our socials are also in the description, but on League of Comics, because I'll be posting our reviews there. And then you can check out our pull list. You can tell Jeff about stuff that he's missing out on by not reading it, like Poison Ivy. Also, make sure to go check out. For this week, we have reviews for a bunch of the comics that came out this week, but also the first 2 episodes of the Apple TV show Pluribus, which is gearing up. After watching the 3rd episode, it's gearing up to be like one of the best TV shows of the year for me. Nice. We also have my review for the last arc of Dark Pattern, so I talk about all 3 issues. And then, of course, my video on Watchmen and why you should watch it. And if you like trading card games, we have some Riftbound, the League of Legends trading card game, some gameplay on the channel as well. After this, I'm actually about to head to my shop and go maybe try to get in some games of Riftbound. I don't know anything about League of Legends. I've never played the game, the video game or whatever. It's like a MMORPG, I think. I don't know. Too many letters. I've never seen the Arcane show. And of course, remember, go get your free comic books from Boom. In the link, I'll put it in the description after this video goes on demand. And then go check out our interview with creator Tini Howard. All right. I think that's all. I think I got all the plugs in, Jeff. And then, as I mentioned, maybe there's going to stay tuned. I don't know. We'll have a show on Saturday next week because there is a convention locally. So
it's one of the good conventions. This is not. Yep. This is a smaller convention, which makes it, and it's more comics.
It's small. Oh, you know what? To close it out, let's go to their website and see who's going to be there.
I got a flyer right here. And then we get to back it up with like 2 weeks after that. One of our local comic shops has their big quarterly sale, which is at a little office space where they just throw out a whole bunch of long boxes on tables and you just go to town.
So that might happen after a live show here. Let me see. We're back here. All right. So the Dallas Comic Show, for the show November 22nd and 23rd, we have the following comic book guest. There's Tim Bradstreet.
Nice.
Well, I like comic guests are on this side. Okay. So comic guest and media guest. If you're a fan of Seinfeld, you can check out Phil Morris. He'll be there as well. Creator of The Crow and local convention staple, James O'Barr. Reno Wilson, who is this? He's been in a bunch of movies, including Bel Air. I think he plays Jeffrey in Bel Air, if I'm not mistaken. The Fresh Prince reboot thing. Pablo Villalobos. We just talked about Pablo. He's going to be doing some covers for. Maybe you can go to his table and he'll have his cover for Daredevil #1. The artwork. We have Scott Gibbs, the voice of the Joker in the Suicide Squad Isekai. I expect his table to, and he's also an anime voice actor, so I expect his table to be quite busy. Mark Nelson, who worked on Godzilla and Dark Horse Aliens. Carly Hawk, also from the Isekai Suicide Squad, and a lot more other stuff. As I just said, Micah. So if you go pick up your cover on Wednesday, you can bring it to her at the show.
Oh, nice.
Bill Townsley, the voice of many, including Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball's Babidi. Ariel Diaz, another local staple for our shows. Burton Gilliam from Blazing Saddles. And Fletch, but the old Fletch, not the new Fletch. Back to the Future 3. Angel Medina. Do you know Angel Medina? Does that name... His name sounds familiar, but I don't remember any. Like, I see all the covers here, and I'm like, I feel like this Spider-Man little thing, it's hard to tell, I'm sure. But I feel like I've seen that everywhere. Julian Shaw, another... I mean, he's a great comic book artist. John Lucas, Brian Denham, and then last but not least, Matthew Wade. So yeah, most media guests, they may charge you for autographs and photos and all that, but yeah, go check them out. And then of course you can go to the big fanboy table and you can get a bunch of free stuff, posters and all that. And CBCS will be there if you want to get your comics graded. This is going to be at the Vista Mall in Louisville, Texas. And then after that, you can go to Boomerang Comics and pick up some other comic books.
Yeah. They got a lot of Spider-Mans in the other day.
They did. Like old Spider-Mans?
Yeah. Jack texted me. He's like, hey, I used to work there. Yeah. I'm still technically a super part-time employee, even though I haven't worked there in almost maybe years. But they have me as in case of backup. But It's a good 45-minute drive for me to go over there now. So I'm just like, don't ever call me.
But we still go to a comic book club over there. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. Now that'll really do it for this time around. Well, we went pretty long. I didn't realize we're almost at 2 hours. So okay. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Come back. Let us know what you're looking forward to. Stay tuned. We'll definitely have a Sunday show next week, but Saturday, it may just be like a post-con recap or something. We'll see. So thanks, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hail Bebo.
Twitter loves you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.
All right. Bye.
Get out of here, you weirdo.